Good evening and welcome to our post-game men's volleyball press conference. We will start the press conference with an opening statement from head coach Ellen Knipe. Then we'll open up to questions for coach along with players Skylar Varga and Nathan Harlan.
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, I want to start out by thanking all the support. The crowd was amazing in the Pyramid. The energy was great. Student section, the sand pit was awesome. And it's such a wonderful environment when it's like this. And so a huge thank you to everybody involved in making that happen, but most importantly, everyone who came out. I know the guys appreciate it, and hopefully they'll all be back tomorrow night. It was a good match, a hard-fought match, and a lot of different pieces used on both sides. And, I think for us, I think Sky's serving was a big part of what we did. I think steadying out in serve-receive was a big part of it. And then being a little cleaner as the match went on in trans, it was a little frantic at times. Part of that was just how hard everybody was playing. Both sides were fighting for every point. But I think that sometimes when you're playing that hard, you're already on to the next skill, like hitting, before you finish the contact. And I think we needed to slow down a little bit on that and make sure we got a better first contact so we get a better second contact, therefore to get a better swing. But a lot of composure late to win the third one. I thought Nathan did a great job. It was one of those really unique starts to the second set because, Nathan came in for Clark, and Clark really hadn't done anything wrong or wasn't a big factor in the set so far. But we kind of got down early by a big number and felt like maybe a little energy from Nathan, maybe some of what he could bring serving and change the tempo of some things. And then obviously Nathan came in and kind of played great like he always does for us in that situation. And we just left it. And then we got Dieris in there. It's awfully nice to have a guy with that athleticism coming in and jumping 50 inches and killing his ball and blocking balls right out of the gate. So, and once again, it wasn't necessarily anything for Laz. It was just we wanted some fresh legs in there. Anyway, a lot of good, and we play again tomorrow night, so it's an opportunity for us to definitely make some adjustments on some things that we did and tighten some things up, but expect the same fight tomorrow night out of both teams.
Nathan, we've talked a couple times about how difficult the job of a service sub is to come in and have 7 seconds of playing perfect. It's almost an even harder job to come in prepared to do that and then go out and end up playing the way you were doing so. Do you prepare each match expecting that? Do you prepare focused on the serve? How do you kind of get yourself ready to be able to do whatever it is that coach kind of points at you and tells you to do?
Always got to stay ready for whatever role, I'm put in for. Was that to serve, block, go in full time, play full 6 rotations. But it all comes down to what we do in practice. Every single day I'm filtering in through on the first side every day to get comfortable with playing with and passing with the guys around me. This practice reps it really helps me fit in pretty seamlessly when I get subbed in.
Coach, that second set, I think there were 3 video reviews overturned in your favor in a short span. I mean, how big was that, and had you ever seen anything in such a short span like that?
No, not that many. Our guys are pretty good about, I think we've had this conversation before. A lot of times it seems when I jump up and grab it, I can see everything on the other side, and it's really the guys using their head, not their heart, when they say what they think they saw, was in, or was a touch, or if they, whatever. So it's a lot off of the feedback I get from them. We've had that conversation a million times. When emotion sets in and all the energy, it's easy just to turn, challenge. But obviously we only have a few of them. And on all 3 of those, everybody was locked in, you should challenge. So it's really more on the guys than it was on me. I'm just the one running around with the card.
Skylar, it looked like your vote had a fair amount to do with Coach pulling the challenge card. You've got the best view, I guess, being up, when you get that. How sure were you that those were in? Or are you feeling like it's close enough I can go to Coach and say, give me a chance on this? Or were you 100% confident on yours that they were in?
Yeah, I honestly had no idea. I'm 9 more than 9 meters away from that ball, right? Like I can't see anything, so I was just like, I honestly thought they were out, but I'm just trusting the guys, right? Coach said just we're using our head and not our heart, so I mean it felt great that they were in, right? And so just trusting everybody else.
For both players, whether you started the match or whether you were put in and finished the match as well, what does it take to be on the court and have maybe a new face come in and you help them out, say, hey, this is what's going on?
I think just preparation throughout the week, right? Nate said, like, in practice, he files in through whatever side it is. Everyone moves around with everybody, right? So it's just being comfortable with that person throughout the week, and it's kind of like seamless moving those pieces in, in game time. So.
And Coach, how big was it? Obviously, I think they're missing their top attacker. It looks like I think he might be out for the season. How much did you guys have to change maybe what you do versus maybe just staying within yourselves?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's a really, really unfortunate situation to a very good player and a really good kid. Really enjoyed competing against him, our team competing against him. I know it's a big deal for them, so I really feel for anyone who gets that kind of injury. So, but in a preparation way, when there's no game in between, yeah, it's you didn't really know what pieces were they going to move things around, what were they going to do. So there was some. It wasn't as a finite type scouting report, more than broad strokes, and then make some adjustments as we see what's happening on the court. So I thought we did a good job prepping on that, and I thought the communication was really good from the coaches and the players as far as making a few tactical changes throughout the match, depending on what they were doing with the pieces they had on the floor.
Coach, I feel like you've been talking for 15, however many years I've been covering you guys about how good your practice gym is, how good the depth of your team is. But there've also been years where we didn't really see that a whole lot, especially not in big matches. You had your crew and they were pretty locked in. This has got to feel nice for you to have a number one versus number two, 4,000 people in the pyramid, and put guys in that perform that way. How much gratification, I guess, does that give you about about how you've talked about that and what you see in practice and your confidence in those guys?
Yeah, it's absolutely really big. It's exciting for me, to be honest with you, to continue to build the base of our team as we continue to move through the season. I have mentioned the depth, and we have had some guys get out there and do well throughout the season. But as you say, in a match like this, Nathan coming in and De'Aris coming in, they're doing that every day in practice. And to see it transfer in, not just the result, but the calmness. De'Aris came in and instantly gets a really disciplined stuff. And then he's really good offensively right out of the gate for us. Nate was great passing the ball, hitting the serve. And there wasn't that, I'm out here, I'm trying to figure it out, right? So that's really good for us. And we did use some different pieces, right? Bloom's been coming in, hitting his serve, and Nato Dickinson coming in and blocking, continuing to widen the base. We're going to need that. And, it's really exciting for me, and I know it energizes your gym when you come back after a weekend like this and guys got in. It pushes guys that have not been getting playing time, that are maybe close to that, to work even harder, because it might be them next week.
And then for Nathan and Skylar, obviously a great crowd. You guys have had a couple matches like that with a really big crowd here. How much more fun is it to play? How does it kind of change those moments in between points or during breaks when you've got 4,000 people and they're being as loud as they were tonight?
It's awesome. 4,012 people tonight. Absolutely amazing atmosphere. Like going back to serve in between points. Like sometimes not able to hear what you're thinking about. You just hear everybody around you, and like looking at your teammates, and like 4 feet away, it's like, what are you saying? Like I can't really hear you. It's like that's what we do it for. We do it. Of course, we want to win. Get to that last game at the end of the season in May, but we do it for the community. Do it for the people that want to watch us. That pay to watch us. For me, I enjoy it. It doesn't matter where it is, whose fans they are. Really love our fans, of course. But when the pyramid's packed, it's one of the best feelings that I've had playing volleyball.
2 more questions.
I know, Skylar, that last set, you guys are going back and forth. How big is it knowing you guys are going to be playing tomorrow night? to finish it off, not extend the match, and maybe save your legs a little bit for tomorrow?
Yeah, obviously we want to play every game and like win in 3, right? Obviously, but I think it was great. Like composure throughout the team. Like that second set too, we showed a lot of composure. And I think it's just huge. Like, and just shows how much we push ourselves to like get it done as quick as possible. And I mean, it's only halftime right now. We still got them tomorrow, so there's a lot left to go.
And for both players, really, for anyone on the desk, what was the most challenging part of having to stop this Hawaii offense as you were able to hold them under 300? This is the top hitting percentage team in the country.
I think we just like to, like, obviously Hawaii is a great team, but I think we're kind of just focusing on ourselves, right? Obviously we have a game plan for them, and it's just coming out and being ourselves every single night. So I think that's just a huge part of, again, tonight and also coming out tomorrow and just being ourselves. So.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.